Hello, welcome to the British Geological Survey National Geological Repository here at the Lyell Centre. My name is Tulloch and I'm the Scottish Collections Administrator, which means I and my team look after the samples that we have here to ensure that they're in the best condition possible and are available when they're needed. We archive the samples, recording the reason for their collection, who collected them, where they were collected and when they were collected. So let me take you on a short tour and show you around the facilities we have here. In this store we have about 8,000 trays of rocks and fossils collected over the past 185 years. A question I'm often asked is, why do we keep them? And the simple answer is research. Just because a rock or fossil specimen is being collected 20, 50 or 100 years ago doesn't make it any less important. In this aisle we have building stones. Samples from quarries collected around the country are stored here so that BGS staff can match rocks from the quarries with building stones from monuments, stately homes or tenements around the country that are in need of repair. So in this tray, for example, we have a sample that's come from either a building or a monument in need of repair. Our geologists can make a thin section which allows them to determine the mineralogy of that, and from that they can discover the precise quarry that the material came from. If that quarry isn't available, then the mineralogy can be checked against others in our collection and the best match can be found so that the repair can be carried out as best as possible. So this is the door to our walk-in cold store and freezer rooms. The freezer is -20, the cold store is +4 degrees centigrade. We put samples into the +4 storage to, for example, slow down the movement of moisture along cores. Other samples, such as these, we keep at ambient room temperature. These are cores collected on the UK continental shelf for hydrocarbons discovery purposes, and let me show you some of these now. This is a typical example of the core that we store at ambient temperature on the shelving. This is an oil well collected from the east of Shetland from the Ness Formation. Ness Formation is approximately 180 metres thick. It's 168 to 170 million years old. Here you can see the various colours of the sandstone as the oil is collected in it. The oil in the core, you can see, stops the water from soaking in. It just sits on the top. This well is from the southern North Sea. It's a gas well. It's wind-blown sandstone. This is the deepest and therefore the oldest section. You can see it's quite regular in colour. There is banding up to this point here, where the banding goes from this angled to more horizontal. Up this next section with many colour changes, and into this section, different colour again, and the grain size is much larger. This is an excellent example of why we keep this core. The students who visit to look at these cores and practice their core logging skills are the next generation of hydrocarbons exploration geoscientists. This gives them real hands-on experience of working with core, which they can then take into the real world when they graduate and get their jobs. I hope you've enjoyed this virtual tour of the National Geological Repository. Please do visit the BGS website, where there is a wealth of geoscience information available, including photographs of the core.